G20 Summit 2023 has officially concluded with a successful session being hosted by India in the national capital. Prime Minister Modi officially handed over the G20 baton to Brazil, which will be the host country next year. And during his closing speech, Prime Minister Modi pitched for a virtual G20 meet in November to analyze the roadmap ahead. Meanwhile, a number of key bilaterals are lined up for the day. Currently, India-France bilateral is underway, where space cooperation and defense ties are among the things being discussed.
Your Highnesses, Excellencies, जैसा आप सब जानते हैं, भारत के पास नवंबर तक G20 प्रेसिडेंसी की भी जिम्मेदारी है। अभी 2.5 महीने बाकी हैं। इन 2 दिनों में आप सभी ने अनेक बातें यहां रखी हैं, सुझाव दिए हैं, बहुत सारे प्रस्ताव रखे हैं। हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि जो सुझाव आए हैं उनको भी एक बार फिर देखा जाए कि उनकी प्रगति में गति कैसे लाई जा सकती है। मेरा प्रस्ताव है कि हम नवंबर के अंत में G20 का एक वर्चुअल सेशन और रखें। उस सेशन में हम इस समिट के दौरान तय विषयों की समीक्षा कर सकते हैं।
My colleague Nilashish is joining me live right now to get us more details. So, well, Nilashish, we did hear the Prime Minister made that concluding statement where he officially declared the conclusion of the G20 Summit. What lies in the day ahead for the Prime Minister as certain bilaterals are still pending?
Well, absolutely, Samia. As you said, it has been a very, very successful G20 summit, which officially or formally came to a close with the end of the 3rd session, which was that of One Future, where, of course, aspects with regard to climate financing, climate action, sustainable development were at the forefront. Of course, as far as the summit is concerned, let's not forget major developments coming in yesterday as well with regard to the New Delhi Declaration, wherein, of course, several aspects were agreed upon. The 83-paragraph document receiving 100% consensus, which also the government says was a convergent consensus and not a divergent one. However, as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, at this point, there is a bilateral on with Emmanuel Macron of France, wherein we believe that there are defense ties and space cooperation being discussed over a working lunch. Thereafter, there are other bilaterals that are also, in fact, lined up for the Prime Minister, that with Brazil, with Turkey and other nations. That is supposed to go on till approximately 6:30 this evening. So in continuance of what has been discussed at the summit so far, the Prime Minister of India is expected to further continue certain bilaterals with various countries after about 15 bilaterals were held yesterday. Now, as far as the G20 is concerned, of course, India, as you stated earlier, has officially handed over the gavel to Brazil, which will be conducting the G20 summit next year. But of course, India's presidency still continues till the 30th of November. Let's not forget, last year we received the presidency on the 1st of December. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for a session, a virtual session in November, to look into and review in a way the work, the decisions that were taken and the work that can be done to further the consensus on the decisions that were taken, Samir.
Absolutely, Nilashish. Thank you for getting us all those details. We shall come back to you for more on the story. Well, the Prime Minister officially handed over the baton to the Brazil President, who will now take over the presidency of the G20 Summit. It's in Brazil that the next G20 Summit is going to be held next year. India's official presidency would end in November 2023, and from December 2023 is when the Brazil's presidency would begin. My colleague Sunita is joining me live right now to get us more details. Sunita, please take us through what is expected here onwards, because the Prime Minister has spoken about one world, one nation, one earth, one family, one future. So how has there been an interdependency of all the global nations from the G20 members?
It's mainly, to unite the world. The main aim is that to make the world a family, and more members.
Well, there are a few more bilaterals lined up before the G20 summit closes, even though the Prime Minister has officially announced the conclusion of the G20 Summit 2023 by handing over the gavel to the Brazil President. But there are other bilaterals that are still pending. Currently, there is the India-France bilateral which is underway, where space cooperation and defense ties are among the things being discussed.